Okay, hi guys. We're already into lesson 4. We're cruising through this vehicle finance unit. I hope that it's going all right for you. Let me know if it's not. I usually deal with issues when it comes to the exit slips, and just because they're for marks doesn't mean you can't do them and return them when I fix things, help you work through any issues that you have. Okay, so lesson 4 is still vehicle finance. This has to do with some of like the after purchasing finances of a vehicle, which are depreciation, fuel economy, and maintenance costs. So depreciation is the amount by which an item decreases in value. And we've talked about this actually already off and on, especially we talked about it when it came to leasing. But we talk about this a lot with cars because the depreciation is so quick. Much quicker than for a lot of other items that we encounter. And we usually talk about this per year. So a new car can depreciate as much as 30% in the first year. This is one reason why some people believe in only buying used vehicles, because that first year it depreciates so much. So a good rule of thumb is around 20% of depreciation per year for a vehicle. A vehicle depreciates due to use, wear and tear, and the passage of time. It just happens. The more it's driven, obviously, the more kilometers are on it, the older it is, and the more it will depreciate. And of course, some makes may decrease sooner than others. And it's kind of what's known to last longer versus what's not, and whether that's true or not. There's thoughts out there about types of vehicles that are thought to not last as long. I'm not going to name any right now because I feel like I'm going to get myself into a fight with somebody. But we really like our very old Honda Civic. That's what I will say. Okay. Jordy is a carpenter in Brooks, Alberta. She wants to buy a half-ton truck, and this is brand new. It costs $38,959. The depreciation will be 55% in the first 3 years. How much will the truck be worth after 3 years? So this is what is lost, value lost. So we need to know what 55% is, but that's what's lost. Okay, so times 0.55. So $21,427.45. That's what it's decreased in value by. So the actual value of the vehicle is the original, take away what it's decreased by. So $38,959 subtract $21,427.45 gives the value of the vehicle after how many years? 3 years. What it's worth now. Okay, so how much it's worth after those first 3 years. So you take the percentage of depreciation and then subtract that amount from the original cost of the vehicle. Here's another one. Find the resale value and total depreciation of a $30,000 Honda Accord after 3 years. So if we use that 20% per year value, then we have our 30,000 times 20% is 6,000. Now we're going to take, so it's lost $6,000. So it's 30,000, take away 6,000. So now it's worth $24,000. Okay, so we're going to take 24,000 times 0.2, which is $4,800. So that's how much it depreciates in the second year. So we have 24,000 take away 4,800 is 19,200. Okay, that's 24,000 take away 4,800. Okay, so now we take the new value, and now it's going to lose 20% of that value. 3,840. It's kind of like those mortgage charts, except for a lot simpler. 15,360 is what's left, because that's 19,200. Take away 3,840. So the value of that vehicle after the first 3 years is $15,360. Okay, so that's depreciation, and sort of two different ways we could look at calculating that. Okay, we're gonna mosey right along here to fuel economy. You have probably heard your parents talk about fuel economy before, especially if you're on a trip. My dad was really nerdy growing up, and he would like track, if we went on any sort of big family trip, he would track his fuel economy through the whole trip. And if we were in the mountains, he would note how different that was than driving across the prairies, etc., etc. Anyways, and growing up, I always dealt in miles per gallon, but we're going to deal in liters per 100 kilometers. And most vehicles that we drive now will give you that value actually as you're driving and let you know how you're doing for fuel economy that day. So fuel economy equals the number of liters of gas used for the number of kilometers driven. So, yeah, how many liters of gas for the number of kilometers driven times 100. So your vehicle might say 7.4. That means you're using 7.4 liters for every 100 kilometers that you drive. Okay, so example. A car with full tank of gas traveled 572 kilometers before stopping at a gas station. If the car required 41.2 liters of gas to fill back up, find the fuel economy for this trip. Okay, so number of liters of gas used. I'm just going to write this as fuel economy. The liters of gas used was 41.2. And the number of kilometers driven was 572, and we're going to multiply that by 100. So we have 41.2 divided by 572 multiplied by 100 gives us 7.2 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, so liters per kilometers times 100, because we talk about it, for whatever reason, we talk about it as liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, so let me get my... Another way of thinking about this is your Chevy Cruze is rated at 7 liters. I know you're all driving a Chevy Cruze. At 7 liters per 100 kilometers. Okay, so that means on average, you get 7 liters per 100 kilometers. You drive to work 5 days a week, around 35 kilometers one way. You estimate that on average you drive another 80 kilometers per week. Okay, so let's first of all think about estimate your fuel costs for the year. We're not going to assume a fuel price of $1.30 per liter. Not these days, it's in the 80s. Let's say 90 cents per liter. Okay, and that's probably unrealistic, but we'll go with the situation we're in. So it says 35 kilometers one way to work. So that's got to be times 2 and times 5 days a week. And that is 350 kilometers a week. Just driving to work. And weekends, they said about 80. So altogether, that's 430 kilometers a week. So how many in a year? 52 weeks. 22,360. Okay, so remember our liters per kilometer. Well, if we know it's 7 liters for every 100 kilometers, and we want to know the amount of liters that it would use altogether, we first of all need to put in the number of kilometers. Okay, so you've probably done this in other classes before. Something people I think call it the fishtail. I don't know. So you take this, what do? You multiply by this, then you divide by this, and you'll get that. If you just look at it algebraically, that should work too. 22,360 times 7 equals divided by 100. So the total number of liters of gas is 1,565.2 liters. Okay, so this is liters and this is kilometers. So now that we have the liters in the year that this person is using, it's your Chevy Cruze. You're going to multiply that by the cost per every liter. So we have 1,565.2 liters. That's for every liter you use. It costs you 90 cents. So the cost is $1,408.68 per year on gas. That seems pretty reasonable, I think. I'm actually going to leave the video at that. I'm going to make a new video for the vehicle maintenance. So for now, I want you to just work through the questions on the 2 topics that I covered. Depreciation, 1, 2, 3, and fuel economy, which is 4 to 7. Yeah, and I'll make another short video for maintenance that will come in the next few days. Hope you are doing well. Take care. Bye.